Hello Collective, thanks for joining me. I'm just preparing some cards for today's little reading. I thought we could use our angel cards here and see what message comes forward, and then we can take a look in deeper and see what it is that you need to know or take on board. Okay, so as always, these are general readings. Just take that resonates and leave the rest. Not everything will be for you, but the overall message may still be able to be applied to if this isn't your specific situation. Okay, let's see what we've got. Oh, we've got number 19. Make a decision. You are choosing to prioritize, are you choosing to prioritize yourself or another in this situation? Accept divine guidance pointing you towards your own joy. You deserve it. Okay, so clearly that's speaking to those of you that are currently in situations, whatever it may be linked to, relationship dynamics or situations or whatever it may be. The decision that you're being called to make is choosing yourself, being okay with that. It's your happiness, obviously. Some of you may feel, but if I choose against whatever the majority of the situation may be, by hurting others or others being disappointed, not so much hurting, that again does result in you being sad or unhappy. So just to break that down, it felt confusing that there may be a decision you're trying to make, and if you're being called to choose yourself so that you're happy or that it brings you happiness, you could be struggling because by not putting others first is the very thing that will make you sad. Okay, so that's a tricky one, but interesting. So what can we see from that? Hopefully that was making sense, because it still felt a little bit confusing. I suppose you will know what this relates to if this is the decision you're having. It feels like we're saying it's not as easy as choosing yourself first, or that's not able to be an option, or there's someone else missing out is also what brings the sadness. So you're looking for a compromise of some kind. Let's take a look and see. So we've got here the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So some kind of, it feels not sure what to do. There could be a hesitation in moving forward with something, or making a decision, as we know. So something's causing some kind of delay. You could be reliant on someone else, and it's their indecision that is delaying you, or something like that. Yeah, we've got here the Ace of Swords in reverse. So there's something that you're needing to be honest with yourself. It feels that, and let's just go from this being your guidance, that there's a need for you to put yourself first within a particular situation that must be heavily on your mind right now. So if you've already been thinking it through and exploring it, which obviously you have, that's why it's coming forward in this energy, that from the perspective you're looking at it, it's still not moving forward, or there's a block or a hesitation. So just for the reading purposes, we can explore the other avenue and see what that looks like. The decision is still in your hands. It's just a way of exploring more openly what the other side looks like, or what choices you have other than the one that you're currently seeing or feeling. It feels that maybe we can put that down to the being honest with yourself, that there needs to be a reevaluation of this situation. Whatever it is, it's showing that, and we're going to go from the perspective of you're not happy on whatever way something is panning out, or not going forward with something. So are you prioritizing yourself or a situation above someone else, or a situation above you? It's like I'm struggling to even come from that perspective. Oh, call me selfish. But maybe this is the thing, that you're either not in a position to be able to put yourself first, or you're not used to. Or even for some of you as well, if you were to put yourself first, there's that uncomfortable bit once you've made that decision, especially if it's that you're not used to putting yourself first. The others around you, or whatever the situation is, you push them into a certain type of place or way within, because you've just switched or changed the dynamics. And so everyone's kind of in a uncomfort zone, because it's you're not acting in the usual typical way, but this is what you're being called to do. And it feels that maybe you're not exploring that side, it's just shutting something down, which is why you're being called to be honest with yourself about something that's making you unhappy. With the Nine of Pentacles coming up in reverse, it feels that you're you could be losing finances in either overcompensating for something, or for like laying up something that's not yours by putting someone else first. It's given me the feeling of that not wanting to put yourself first, as we're calling it, but like change position or hand over a role or a responsibility really feels more in alignment than putting yourself first. There's a resistance to saying that. So if we were to shift it to not feeling like either you can hand over the responsibility or change position, that's what that feels like. It's, yes, you probably could, but so maybe there's an element of control, but only like a delegating side of it. It's like, oh, it's just easier if I do it. It costs me more in the long run, or it costs me more time, more energy, but at least I know something's going to get done, or it's going to be built to last. Something like that. I just saw a shipping yard for some reason then, whatever that may mean. Okay, so it's about handing over responsibility or delegating. So you could from that have people around you, but it feels like there are people that around you that you could. So yeah, that's not in question. You know there's people that you could either hand responsibility to, but you're not so confident in that what would be produced or them being able to manage it. But then that's the other cycle, the other block, because if you don't give people the opportunity to fail in the nicest sense, then they don't know the process of how to get back up. I appreciate it's a general reading. This, whatever it is, may represent something that there's too much to lose right now, that there's too much at stake, that you're not able to hand something over. Yeah, maybe the person that you're dealing with, or the person or situation that it's proven before to be unreliable. So you may have already tried this stage and it's come back, and that's your lesson learnt. So how are you able to not prioritize others? Good question, collective. So basically you're just worrying. Let's not call it worrying, let's call it you don't know what to do with it. You're just carrying on. It's not that you're refusing help, it's just the options that you have are too risky to invest in, rely on, or take a chance on. So it's all on your shoulders. Okay, so we've got here Temperance. I would straight away be saying, yes, you need patience with yourself. With Temperance and this make a decision, something feels like it is trying to balance out. Whatever this is, you're clearly doing a lot of thinking about it, just because you don't have the answer. But for this coming up, it is getting close to an answer or a resolve, because it's so strongly in your energy. And usually with that, we have somebody crossing the path that can be like a hidden help. For me, it feels that if this was, like, say, a small company or a family situation or a relationship dynamics, it's not really the situation that others can come in and learn all about it or whatever. It feels that it's something that's either private or close-knit, or it's not something from, say, maybe outsiders, for want of a better word, to be able to come in and lend a hand. Yeah, so there's something getting you in your emotions. There may be a need to have patience with somebody whose emotions are all up in the air. So if this Queen of Cups in reverse isn't yourself representing the stress of the situation, collective, then it's somebody that you're dealing with, and you're being called to have patience with them. It's like, oh, they can't help it, or yeah, it's starting to feel like, and obviously this isn't going to be for everyone, as we know, but just to capture the energy and you apply it to whatever, but it's almost like, say, someone caring for somebody else, like a like say for example, in Europe, they don't have, as far as I'm aware, care homes for their family members, or not maybe care homes, but family live with them. But if somebody, let's say, was suffering with like mental health, the deterioration of that, then whoever would be their carer, it becomes unmanageable, or it becomes a strain. It's that kind of thing. It feels like, say, someone's trying to care for a family member that their mental health is deteriorating. I keep seeing like a dementia type thing, and I'm sure we've picked up something like that before, where the emotions, or there's like a lashing out, but it's not their character. Usually it's something to do with the decline. That's just obviously for some of you, but I suppose to describe the energy of, if that was your situation as an example, you wouldn't really be able to bring others in, because maybe it's at the early stages or something, or it's not about paying someone to come in and look. There may not be so much for that. Yeah, it's like a transitional stage, or it's getting to the point, what we're seeing, that it's starting to become unmanageable, and you're recognizing that, whatever it may be. You could have multiple jobs and there's no one else that can do the multiple jobs. It needs to be you. That type of thing. So we've got here the King of Swords. Somebody's trying to evaluate a situation. It could even be a doctor evaluating somebody's health, or emotions, or mental health of some kind. That's for some. If this is you, you could be being guided to make a decision. Be honest that something's going on with you, and that you need to speak to someone in a profession. It could be a doctor, it could be a lawyer, it could be a teacher, it could be anything. A King of Swords typically would represent maybe like something legal, or something that is like a doctor, like a profession where they can give their expertise. Maybe you work in that type profession, and somebody's noticing that you're kind of out of sync. Yeah. Somebody's making an evaluation on what they're seeing. All right, so I'm seeing it's either sending someone to get like an evaluation of whatever it could be. It could even be like a work situation, an appraisal, or what are they called when you have to just go in and they go through your work and how far you've come. I can't think what the word, maybe it is appraisal. It's either you having to do that, or you're the one that's having to speak to someone. It does feel like it's either sensitive or private, or it's at the beginning stages, so it could be masked. Some kind of behavior or reaction. Whatever it is, it just doesn't feel you're in a position to be able to hand responsibility, or it's got to be you. So maybe with this being honest with yourself, it's not so much that you're intentionally prioritizing others. You could be stuck in that situation, but it's, are you putting all of that first before maybe your health or something like that? Yeah. Are you maybe avoiding this strain that something is taking on you and just powering through? All right. Okay. So, yeah, a perspective is changing. Let's see what else. Hopefully that's making sense. There does feel like a few different avenues that it could apply to, so trying to lock it down. There's definitely something with that Queen of Cups in reverse and that King of Swords in the upright. That's where it switches a lot for me. So we've got here the Five of Wands, so not looking to cause any struggle or whatever. Like we were saying, it feels that it's just easier for you to get on with it. We've got here the Ace of Wands, which is showing that you're used to finding a way, or you'll get through it somehow. You'll get an answer. You're motivated to keep pushing on. Something will come up at some point, so you are trying to be optimistic. You may well work well under pressure or stress, but that's all well and good, but it's how long can you sustain it for. We've got here the Four of Pentacles, so you're keeping something to yourself, which is why it feels that there's a privacy around what's going on. It could be just the realization of your own thoughts within, or it may be just something personal you're not sharing with others. Holding back information, maybe not letting on that you can't trust in someone to do something the way that it needs to be done, enough for you to be able to forget about it, relax and think of something else. So you may not be sharing that. You may be holding on to the past. So for some of you that was, yeah, but don't forget we did see something about experiencing that you've tried to hand over responsibility or tried other ways and it's fallen short. Now you've got to hold something tight. There's too much to lose at this point, so there's no room for mistake or no room for maneuver. Yeah, so with that Ace of Wands, then it's kind of like, yeah, I've just got to, this is how it is. You've not got help. Yeah, look, we've got here the Tower in reverse. So this Nine of Pentacles, Two of Wands, together you're trying to avoid a tower happening, some kind of a collapse, and maybe that is why you're resistant to either let other people in or delegate or whatever, because like the reading keeps saying, there's too much to lose at this point that you can't risk something not being done, or it needs to be you to avoid a tower moment or a collapse or something. Yeah, finding others unreliable. It's that that saying, isn't it? If you want something done, do it yourself. Yeah, it really does feel like that. I'm trying to see, when does it stop, or where's the break in the clouds, if you've been dealing with this for a period of time. And I've got to say, especially if we're looking at it being a health thing, I'm not a doctor in any sense, but if we were exploring that option and avenue, it is something that's going to keep progressing, which is why you're being guided to put yourself or prioritize yourself, your health first. Or if it's looking after someone or a situation that it's somebody else, that it's trying to get maybe an expert opinion. That may be the help. We've got here the Hierophant, so there's a commitment. You need to commit to something. It could be a family situation. You could be a bus owner, and it's something to do with the people that are working for you. There's definitely an over-emotional female. Yeah. This is either you're feeling you're coming under attack, whether it's people's opinions, judgments, or you're being asked a lot of questions that maybe you can't answer or you don't have the answer to. So you're going into, so you just got to keep going on. It's like, I don't know that yet, I don't know that yet. Or it's, yeah, nothing seems to be, I was going to say set in stone, but I was being shown set in sand, which is the tower is starting to sink. Yeah, it feels almost like you're numb, which is interesting with this Queen of Cups in reverse. So that energy may not be you. It's, yeah, it's like you're losing control. I don't feel that you're letting go. Yeah, I feel this tower in reverse is maybe a firefighting of a situation. So you're in prolonged stress. You're operating and manoeuvring through that, where a lot of people maybe it would break them or wear them down. But for you, collective, for whatever the circumstances may be, that you just can't stop. You have to keep going. And it doesn't feel that by taking a different option that it just affects you. There may be others as well, whether you're sharing this with people or not. Maybe people don't know the extent of what's going on with that holding back. So if you're able to identify with what's coming forward, definitely let me know in the comments, or like, so I can see. Yeah, so we've got here balance. It kind of feels like this Temperance is a protection. We've got that guidance of make a decision and about prioritizing yourself, whether it doesn't have to be linked to health, it could be anything, whatever it is that's linking towards your joy. There's a need to recognize that. Maybe there's a sense of losing yourself within, but we've got here with that Nine of Swords, that Queen of Cups in reverse. These are two highly anxiety, emotional, and kind of all over the place energies. Whereas bang in the middle, we've got Temperance in the upright, which is suggesting a protection or a solution of balance is available. You just need to choose it. We've got here the Nine of Cups in the upright. So there is something that you're seeing as achievable, as believable, that and obtainable. It doesn't feel like, yeah, it feels like a fear of what if, it is fear of taking that leap of faith. It's like, I know it's just, I've just got to do that or adjust this, but the fear of letting go and trusting that it's not going to be like the past when you do that, where you're not able to see a solution or know what it is, it feels that's what's keeping you stuck. And absolutely, I get that. It's like you're needing a little bit more something to trust or to go on. Yeah, look, we've got here the Queen of Cups in the upright. So maybe whoever this Queen of Cups is, yourself or person that you're dealing with or connected to the situation, maybe this is how you know them to be and something's out of character or something's not right. They're not their usual self. So that's again getting that feeling that something's being noticed from the outside. So you could know someone that's doing all of this, but now they're presenting to you like that, and you're questioning what's going on. Where's the change? Maybe it's not recognized. We got the Queen, the Six of Wands in the reverse. So something about not being perceived the same. It's like maybe if you were 110% with the work that you put forward, something slipping, whether that's to do with loads of responsibilities or just mental stress or anxiety or just having to struggle a lot under pressure for so long, it could be starting to take its toll, and it's now being recognized and it's becoming unmanageable, but it's beginning to be seen. That type of feel. Or this is you that's seeing it or noticing it. Again, it could be to do with a work, whereas why we were picking up like an appraisal type energy. Yeah, so someone's not being cooperative. Someone's coming across as difficult. Or maybe as well, if we're looking that they're handing responsibility over, or maybe someone is literally being difficult, and it's not about having to hand over a responsibility. It's like keep putting someone first that is going against everything you've got on or everything you've got to do. They're being difficult, but yet you're still choosing them over yourself. So maybe you don't need to struggle so much if someone's not cooperating or they're going against the grain. And this isn't like a health thing related, it's just maybe someone's character. Then that could be what you're having to reevaluate. Yeah. You could be becoming resentful, feeling maybe someone has blocked you for an opportunity, or you weren't able to do something, so a missed opportunity. You could be taking away privileges or opportunity for someone else. Or maybe this is the stage where you're starting to switch your perspective and feeling that you're not able to move forward with whoever or whatever this is. Yeah, so we've got here the Seven of Cups. So something's confusing about the way you're seeing someone or how something's being presented. It feels out of character. You've got options. There's a disharmony within the collaboration. So it's the Two of Cups in reverse. doesn't necessarily have to be like a love dynamics, but there's clearly an understanding and feelings that are there, whatever the situation is, even if it's worked with someone for a long time. Whoever it is that's doing the looking, they've known you or you've known them, or it's something that's got history, it's been going on a long time, enough for a change in the pattern to be more obvious or standing out. So it's just not seeing eye to eye, or something's not gelling properly. And then we've got the sun, so that could be look, the sun, the 5 of Pentacles, and then Temperance was underneath that. So something's definitely being illuminated. It's linking to some kind of loss. Could be financial, could just be loss of memory, loss of opportunities. There's a loss of some kind, but it's being illuminated, and it does feel that there's a positive resolve. But what is that? It depends, I suppose, how much you're resonating with what's coming up. It also will depend on how early stages this is, if it's you holding something back, or whether it's you that's noticing something. Will determine different things, but let's see if we can give you a little bit more. Yeah, heartache and loss at the bottom of the deck. That heartache and loss as well, maybe it is you going through something. You could be going through something hormonal, and it's being masked, maybe, for some of you. Could be going to the doctor to have that checked. That definitely feels like it could be something for someone, even maybe a husband or partner is noticing a shift and a change that's not quite right. Something feels out of character. We've got here spiritual strength, so that makes sense with the protection that was being felt and the guidance. We've got the crown chakra in reverse, so there's a disconnect to the emotions, to the spiritual aspect of the self. Something isn't aligning. We've got here accelerated motion, so whatever it is, it's going to be progressing quickly, or once something's illuminated, then the moving forward from that's going to be progressing quickly. There may even, for some of you, be a need to reevaluate the direction that you're heading. Could be a sense of getting lost in just the everyday mundane, but not having really a direction. You're just going forward, but you're not sure what you're looking out for, or how far you've got to go to know that you're achieving something like that. Are you aligned with your dreams and your goals? Yeah. And then we've got here truth, which again was at the beginning, showing that there's you're not being true to yourself, or something like that, and need to make a decision of a big change. My feel is whatever this represents to you can be anything, as we know, that you're at the point now that you need to make a decision. It's past the point of managing, firefighting, whatever it is that's going on. You're either needing help, needing assistance, whatever that may look like to you, or a reevaluation of, is this in alignment with your spiritual values or yourself, or whatever it could be. Yeah, and exactly as I was going to say, it's time to make a decision. Oh, tell us something we don't know. So make a decision, number 19. Are you choosing to prioritize yourself or another in this situation? Accept divine guidance pointing you towards your own joy. You deserve it. So that's it. You could be, the universe could be applying more and more pressure in order for you to face a truth and then create a change or a break in a cycle, or something's got to give. But what you're being shown here is that you are protected, and maybe whatever this tower that you're trying to stop falling, the truth is that it does need to come down, but it may not be as detrimental as what you're imagining it to be. There's something about letting go. It's trusting at this point, which it feels really scary, but you're trying to be shown that you are being guided. So you're working against the divine at the moment. You could be sending out prayers of assistance, but yet you're still blocking the assistance trying to come through, which is why that crown chakra is in reverse. Okay, so yeah, a lot. Okay, so let's get some let's see what you've got to kind of wrap it up. So thank you for those that have watched. We've got Knight of Raphael, romantic, dramatic, poetic, introspective, committed romantic relationships, being swept off your feet, situations or topics that make your heart flutter. Number 8, justice. Fight for justice and equality. Rulings made in your favour. Don't give up. Yeah, we've got number 8 there, number 8 there. Number 9, number 7 and 20. All right, 9 of Michael. Your worry is unnecessary. Focus your thoughts on the outcome you desire. Release feelings of regret, guilt, or worry to your angels. Nice. Okay, so beautiful. Okay, collective, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you supporting my channel, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.